Welcome to Square One, the podcast where we explore the beginnings of tech journeys and dive into the latest tech topics with industry professionals. I'm your host, Sarath Sridhar, and in each episode, we blend personal stories with insights into the ever evolving world of technology. Let's dive in. Today, we are going to talk about AI driven healthcare with Mr. Dhruv Swayampragasham. Dhruv is the founder and CEO of iClinique. Welcome to Square One, Dhruv.
Thank you, Sarath. Thank you for getting me on this podcast. So interesting to see what you do. I know it takes a lot of hard work behind a podcast. I have friends who do podcasts. I have seen the amount of work they put in for every podcast, and I sincerely appreciate your efforts. Uh,
Thank
it's
you,
like
thank you. Dhruv.
it's like your own what do you call your own world where you get people.
Yeah,
Anyways, so
we are
let me
trying.
give
Yeah.
you a small Thank you. So let me give you a small background about myself and then I'll tell about iClinic. So I did my mechanical engineering in a college. In India, you call your undergrad school as college. So I did my engineering in College of Engineering Guindy. It's supposed to be one of the oldest and the top institutions in the country in India.
Mhm.
I mean, India, of course. So I took mechanical with the idea of reviving my father's uh, engineering business. He
Mhm.
had a thriving submersible pump set manufacturing company. Did really well, scaled it across multiple states here in India, and he was super successful. So I was literally born with a platinum spoon, and what I say is that the spoon became a plastic spoon when I finished my what do you call high school. Right? So that's the way
Mm.
to put it. So you can understand the journey, right? So one thing in
Yeah.
life is to go from A to B or B to C, but you should not see the drop from C to A. That's kind of that I don't wish that even for my worst critics, right? So
Mhm.
I saw the drop, and of course I had a lot of entrepreneurs in my extended family, in my first circle of relatives, cousins, and all those folks. So
Mhm.
I always wanted to be an entrepreneur from the time I knew what I want to do from the time I wanted to do something in life, it was always entrepreneurship. I didn't know which area to choose. I thought, since my father had something, and the best idea was to revive it. So that's why I took mechanical. But once I joined my college, right? So
Mhm.
this is a different city in Chennai. I realized, that my dream is my dream to be an entrepreneur cannot be achieved with what I want to do with my father's business. It has to be something different, is what I realized there. Right? So before that,
Ah.
uh, you know, uh, some of the reasons why my father's business, what do you call, went down.
Mhm.
All those things was, what do you call, all those things are something which is a life lesson for anybody.
Mhm.
Of course, some you could not avoid, and it is unfortunate. My father had his office in the place where a terrorist attack happened in Coimbatore. So
Mhm.
right next to my father's office, terrorist attack happened. The farmers used to come to that office, and they used to be brought to our experience center slash factory, and then they used to buy the pump sets. It was a direct to farmer model, like what Mr. Dill, Michael Dill used to do with PCs. You
Got it.
can draw parallels from there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it was unfortunate then because of information asymmetry, people were spread the news that this company, my father's company, is was not existing, and people stopped to come. Right. My father did not give dealers the opportunity to sell his products, mainly because the dealers used to keep a huge cut, is what
Yeah,
he
got
thought.
it. It increases
Uh,
the margin, and when it gets to the farmers, it's going to be pricey.
Yes.
Yeah.
But maybe my father should have done that, or maybe he should have mandated that, if you sell it at a at a lower price. What happened was my father's competitors, they're all still thriving, they're still doing really well, become billion-dollar businesses and all those things. In fact, my father's business would have been a multi, probably 300, $400 million business, definitely had it continued. But anyways, nevertheless, wonderful learnings there. Maybe he had the dealers, the
Usually,
brand would have.
usually the lesson would be like, okay, so usually in India, even in my family, we had some issues with business, and the immediate response for people in the family would be to no more business. You go and study. And uh, and also, I also noticed, even though we say you should, people say you shouldn't do certain things, entrepreneurs always seems to have, higher risk tolerance. And people may talk, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do entrepreneurship, but they have to know that all the successful entrepreneurs like yourself, they have higher tolerance for risk and pain. So it's not like, it is important for the young people getting into, entrepreneurship to understand that it's not just the corner offices, and you can, it's not the entire freedom. Like you have to put in the work, and you have to have higher risk tolerance, and all those things are involved. So I just want to give that to our young listeners beforehand. Yeah, please.
I wouldn't call it. The thing is, I might be a bit philosophical here. I wouldn't call it really tough to do. It is just that entrepreneurs usually grow a piece of uh, muscle called
Mm,
uh, shamelessness, right? So I would say, by shamelessness, I mean that you just want to blindly persist, but of course you apply your reflections onto it and you mature it. I'm not telling you should be, persisting without any improvement in what you do. You can't do the same things. You'll continue to fail, right? So you need to probably, just upgrade yourselves, and that's extremely uh, easy for any human being because we are all products of evolution.
mhm,
And I'm pretty sure that just have to choose to evolve, and one can get there. Firstly, you're all a product of your past, is what people say. I chose empathy as something which I should have, and I want to do something with empathy tech, but I didn't know what to do. It
mhm.
was in 2007 or so. And then, of course, I joined college 2005, by the way.
Okay.
I taught my school. I was, that's why I was able to get admission to this college. And then in 2008, I decided, to talk about what I want to do in empathy and all those things. I spoke to people I knew, and they said, okay, you can be empathy to in any business. Why don't you do something in the latest technology? And that's when I thought I should do something in nanotechnology, right?
Okay.
And I was the only student participant the Bangalore Nano Conference. I think it was in October or November 2008. Student participant from the entire university. I went there,
Mhm,
right? So there is where something interesting happened, right? I thought I can start a company with that. There. By the way, this happened on, I think 11th, 12th, or 13th. It was in October or November. I don't know the month, like I told you.
mhm.
So, with Anna University, one thing that happens is that they do not give you semester holidays at all. They come on a Friday until you have the semester exams on Monday. That's how they are because they say you're all smart guys. You should already study. That's what they say.
Okay.
And then I had booked for this conference quite earlier,
Mhm.
and then I had an exam on 12th, which was an elective paper called Operations Research.
Okay.
Uh, so then of course I told my parents, and they said, especially my mother, she said, of course you cannot do this, with your semester exams. Why do you want to, take this? And normally they are okay with what I do because they, but this time is where they felt that I was being immature by going for this, right? But I assured them, I'll do my best to get the best grades here. And then of course it kind of became a challenge that, to them I told them I'll get the best grades in this operation research. It's usually a tough paper where people fail,
Mhm,
but I kind of liked it because it's all about strategy and it's basically game theory, right? So
mhm,
that was operation research. So I'll tell you why all this is relevant in my life, for what I'm doing now. So I went for that. In fact, that time I had little money, right? So I had to, I booked train tickets to and fro from Bangalore to, from Chennai to Bangalore. And I
okay.
was sitting near the restroom literally to study, right? That's what I did. It's not a
Right.
difficult thing, right? People normally do it across the country. I just told you that I also have my moments like this in life. So,
Yeah,
and I
to go
came and
from, so if you're uh for context, like if you're from the early childhood, if you are brought up that way, it would be easy. But if based on your situation, when things turned suddenly, it will be difficult to adjust. So it's not like every people do that, but you are not used to that kind of situation. Suddenly your situation changes. You have to adapt. So I could see how difficult it would be.
thank you, Sarath. So yeah, so in that conference, Professor C.N.R. Rao, who later got the Bharat Ratna along with Sachin Tendulkar, he
Hmm.
told one thing which was really something which I want to follow. He said that, see, nanotechnology will take a really long time. You should probably do research, is what he said to the audience there. I was part of the audience, right?
Hmm.
But then later I realized, okay, after coming out, I realized, okay, maybe I should study something with my PG and then probably go do my entrepreneurship thing, right? So yeah, that's what I thought.
Hmm.
And then funny things happened there, right? So I was going around talking to people, and when they asked me what I told with a bit of pride, not arrogance, pride, happy pride, I would say. When I told Anna University, none of them knew what it was. That's when I came to understand, you know, Anna University is not something which everybody will know because these are all international folks out there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that happened, and then of course I came back. I applied for, it was late in 2008, recession time, and I applied for courses in Cambridge University and UCL and multiple other colleges. I never got through any of them because the bar was super high, especially for one course in Imperial College London. There are I think two or three level vetting. I cleared the first two levels. Third level, of course, I didn't get through. There were, I think, 60th and mostly for European Union, and
Okay.
I believe some I-18 cracked it. Anyway, so that's what happened.
Hmm.
So, and then of course, being in university CEG, in spite of what do you call recession, getting a job, was not difficult. So I got a nice job. I don't name the company here. It is really great company. It's still doing really well. It's a global company.
Hmm.
It's a bank actually. I was, the tech part of the bank. The job was there. Uh, so I got the job. The reason why I don't tell is that I'm
Hmm.
still a fugitive. I quit the company and I just absconded
Hmm.
from the company because
Oh,
what was told and what they gave was different.
okay.
So yeah, but now what happened is that in that period of time before after I finished my undergrad
Hmm.
and and doing this thing, right? So I used to I used to have constant, with my parents. I used to talk, being a typical middle class Indian guy back then. I can say middle class then because we saw the drop, so middle class is the right word to use there. What happened is that they wanted me to do my masters. Most of my cousins, I told you, that I come, my extended family is all into entrepreneurship. They do the undergrad here, go to UK or US, do their MS in industrial, and then come and take out the tax business. That's what they used to do, right?
Okay.
So, the same thing was expected of me. The only thing is my parents did not have the money, right? But
Yeah.
they said that you should do this, right? Oh, they said take CAT. In fact, I did give a shot for CAT. CAT is an exam which you take in India to go to the world famous Indian Institute of Management or IIMs, right? So
Hmm.
I did take CAT. I got a decent score, not definitely not close to help me get into an IIM, but definitely a good grade to get me to, say BIM, which is a great college again. It's a college in Trichy and several other universities across the, business schools across the country, right?
Okay.
But again, I did not choose to do it, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? So, mm, what happened was we were going for a wedding somewhere, and there I, what do you call? not chanced upon, there I met this person who's actually my mother's cousin, but much junior to my mother, and
Mhm.
probably I would say my generation kind of person. So I never used to what do you call appreciate him well back then, because he is this kid who tops in everything he does. I put in a lot of
Mm.
effort to top in 12th because I had to get a good college. This is the guy who did construction of a building when he was in sixth grade. Topped his school, got into medicine, topped his undergrad, did post grad and multiple things. And then this dude is coming and telling, he was leaving from the function, and he's telling my mom, I have to go study for my MBA exam. Of course, I got a dirty stare from my parents, uh, and I understand, why they were like that then. Here is this guy going for his fourth degree. This is an MBA, right? And then,
Mhm.
he says, oh, I have to go and study for this tough paper called operations research.
Oh.
What? Remember the
Oh.
one which I studied that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's what he told. And now you can understand my excitement because
Mm.
I really did well in exam in school. I
Mhm.
told uh, I asked him, "Can I teach you operations research?" That I told him that, and I taught him, and then I realized that what an idiot I was by not appreciating him because
Mhm.
we synced so well.
Mhm.
It was such a wonderful thing to to know the warm person called Dr. Madan,
Mhm.
who's my godfather slash mentor slash co-founder slash whatever you want to call, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I met him and we became really close. And one of the things which he lamented is that look at you techies, you guys make money immediately, but look at us doctors, we make money later, right? And
Mm.
before then, we have to face a lot of difficulties. Then casually he said, "What if uh, doctors are able to transcend boundaries and consult?" Is what he said. Immediately, it rang a bell, but I just kept silent.
Mhm.
And then of course I joined this company. Was there for 3 months, and this company, what they promised and what they gave was what they what portion they gave are completely different, right? So that's
Mhm.
when I understood that you promise something to the employee, you should keep it, otherwise they'll lose somebody like me in a job. I don't want to lose anybody like me in a job. That would be one of the catastrophic things to do because I know how much hard work I can put, right? Again, I'm
Yeah.
telling you out of extreme humbleness, right? So
I,
that's what
I can
happened.
understand. Like, when we go into a new company and we will go there with a lot of expectations. So this is what I'm going to do, and if you have been given something else, that's not going to help you in your career, and ultimately, it's not going to be productive for anybody. So if you're not liking the job, so better, to find the right candidate for the right job, right?
Exactly, right. And then what happened was, see, they basically took me in for night shift. Though I was a techie, I don't know for whatever reason they took me for night shift, right? But
Mhm.
anyways, I came out of the job, and the funny part is that I would have spent thousands of hours in the night working on iClinique. But anyways, it's still, when you work for yourselves, it's a different thing altogether. So yeah, so then what happened is that I just came from the company. I told Dr. Madan, why can't we look at the idea which you told? He was shocked. He said, you can't do this. You can't just abscond from a company and come here. Your parents won't like me for doing this thing, leaving your job and all, right? I said, no, let's do it,
Mhm.
right? By then he kept a name. It was called iClinique, but the name iClinique was not kept by me. The name was
Mm.
kept by Dr. Madan,
Okay.
right? So that's how it started. I was,
And
a,
your
I was,
parents were okay with that? Like, did you had to convince them?
I mean, they were not happy, of course, but then they know that I will not back off something if I keep my mind on it, and they know that if I mean they know that I keep my mind on honest and fair things. So since I had that credibility with them built. Because of maybe my academic rigors in my 12th standard or whatever, the trust was actually helpful. But I would say there was reluctance, but trust was there a bit more. So that's it's
Okay.
always a handoff between it's just a it's you have to balance it really well in all areas, right? So
Yeah.
anyways, that's what happened, and we Dr. Mal and I started iClinique, and initially we outsourced twice. We failed, because all I knew with uh, computer or laptop with internet was to book train tickets back then. That's all I knew. And of course, I had, I also knew how to, what do you call, order things on e-commerce. That's all I knew about internet. Nothing else
Okay.
I knew about computers or anything. Then, of course,
So you're going to
yeah,
start the company, and
yeah,
your background is fully on mechanical engineering. So you have very little knowledge on computers, and I don't think you would have known any programming languages
yeah.
other than mandated academic courses, of course. But so you had mechanical background and have very little knowledge on technology. And when was this year? When you started?
2010.
2010. Yeah, it's
Yes.
been 15 years ago. You were able to start a tech company with very little knowledge of technology. But and also, can you explain like how the journey was coming from a mechanical background and starting a tech company?
Yeah. Thing is, I would say engineering is a skill uh, uh, which you can apply for any industry, right? So basically, the
Yeah,
fundamentals of
mostly
engineering is still the
problem
same.
solving. That's
Yes.
why
So
even when my friends and even my relatives ask what my kids should study, other than if they are not going for medicine, I would ask them to choose a field of engineering because it teaches you to solve problems.
yes,
So
I think basically uh, that's the mindset which you build. So I think I think engineers can be excellent entrepreneurs because entrepreneurship is all about problem solving, right? So
yeah.
we outsourced twice, we failed, but then the third time we were successful. By then I also learned how to create a product, and then we launched iClinique V 1.0 version 1.0, which was a version where we used what do you call a simple portal,
Hmm.
and we had doctor listing, patient listing, and all those things. Patients can of course talk to doctors by booking an appointment through video call. We built the application on WebEx, Cisco's WebEx.
Okay.
uh, yeah, that's what we
But
use. It's a
how did
shabby
you
technology.
learn to manage tech people that way? So, did you had to go and study courses to understand the tech behind building this application, or how do you manage your tech team? Did you have
It
to
was
learn
all self
coding?
learning, I would say. It
Hmm.
was all self learning. It was all about the way you articulate the problems to the team. If you're
Hmm.
able to efficiently articulate the problems to your team,
Hmm.
90% of the problem is solved, right? So it's about clarity, and clarity of the solution you have in mind and how you communicate to it. So one piece of what do you call interesting thing which I always did. uh, till date I say, let's say I want somebody to do something.
Hmm.
Let's say I talk to them for 30 minutes. I tell them for 5 minutes on what is the solution I want, right?
Okay.
And what is the problem to solve, right? And then the rest 25 minutes I tell them why do we have to do that. What happens is
Got
that
it.
the why is what has always helped me out.
Hmm.
The reason is that humans are all wired towards what do you call wired towards the why. And I always felt it is just and fair to tell about the why, because when you say when you just tell them to solve a problem, right?
Hmm.
Say you tell them to let's say arrange the files in a certain way, right?
Hmm.
I'm talking about, let's say you're in an office in a conference, you have files here and there, and you want to arrange in a certain way. They'll just do it for you, right? But
Hmm.
again, see, there won't be any thought to it. Just do it in a
It's like a
way which
command.
they.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I see
So
it.
what?
I see it all the time. In the since I am a developer too. So, uh, whenever an instruction comes in, so the first instinct of the program is to just code it. But what happens oftentimes is that's not exactly what the client wants. So it is better to say I want to achieve so and so things. So can you do so and so feature in the application for me? So that way, it's more, it whatever you build ultimately has to be used by people. If it's not useful to others, there's no point in building, right? So I think your approach is the very better approach. Like along with telling what to do, it's good to explain why we need to do that. Yeah.
Thank you. I think when you ask people to when you ask people to do the work, they just put
Mhm.
their put their hard work. But when you ask them when you tell them the why of it, that's when they put their soul there. And
Okay.
hard work plus soul is where you get this magical combination, which will create wonderful products that will be embraced by people, right? When people put their soul into something, it will never fail.
Got
The
it.
product and the business will always evolve into something that will be what you call that will be successful, is my humble thought process. That's what I did initially,
Mhm.
and then of course we launched iClinique. And then once we launched iClinique, the difficult part was getting doctors on board. Of course,
So before we get into what iClinic in details, can you give an one-liner on what iClinic does? So if you have to explain to like a let's say a 14-year-old,
yeah,
so in a single line, so we are iClinic, we do and do so and so things. Can you explain that?
okay. iClinique, I'll tell you what iClinique is right now. It used to be a telemedicine platform back then,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
now we are just not a telemedicine platform. We are a health decisions platform. We
Mhm.
help you understand and solve your health issues. As simple as that. That's what we do at iClinic,
Okay.
right?
Okay. So how does the platform look? If I'm coming in as a user, so how does this structure work? How do they bring doctors and patients together?
So yeah, like I told you, bringing doctors and patients together is just one part of what we do. That's where we
Mhm.
started with.
Mhm.
On iClinic, say you go to iClinic.com,
Mhm.
on the homepage you can see a search function. You can literally search for any health issue, and you'll be able to find answers there in results, right? So
Okay.
we have wonderful uh, 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 what do you call wonderful health content which are super high intent, which will cater specifically to your condition, right?
Okay.
That's how specific we are. So you read the content and then take a decision. That's why I say we are a health decisions platform, right? You either
Okay.
take a decision and do it yourselves. Say you want to. I mean, you take the next decision yourself by what do you call? Say you want to go consult doctor any elsewhere, or you want to a second opinion with our doctors. You can still do it, and then doctors are listed, right? You can There are three modes to consult a doctor for second opinion. One is you can ask a question and the
Mhm.
doctor would respond. That's one.
Mhm.
Second is that what do you call you and the doctor get on a discrete phone consultation where both your numbers are not revealed to each other. And third model is where you get on video consultation. These are the methods by which you can talk to doctor for second opinion, right? So
Okay.
pretty much that thing. That's why I say we help you understand your health issues through a high intent content, or we help you solve your health issues giving by enabling second opinion with our doctors across the globe. So we have patients across the globe and we have doctors across the globe. Of course, 85% to 90% of what we do is in the US. And we have patients across 190 other countries, but
Oh,
most of them are
that's
in the US.
impressive.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So this solves the problem. So patients from anywhere in the world can have access to doctors from anywhere in the world, at least for initial consultation, right? So
Yes.
it it solves a lot of preliminary, uh, you know, uh, checkups, and you can diagnose most of the things via video calls, and you can, it's a really wonderful opportunity for, developing countries to have more access to the doctors. That sounds, that's a really good idea.
No, it's for actually for everybody. I mean, like I
Hmm.
told you, most of the patients are in the US right now. So India is just a small part of what we do.
Okay.
We are a US headquartered company. We are a
Hmm.
New York headquartered company, and most of what we do are for the US markets. But we started in India, but then evolved into a US centric platform, is what I would say. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, even so, the demand for you is even higher in developed countries, is it? Then,
Nope. I would say it is the same across the globe.
hmm.
But US is where we chose as a country to focus on.
Okay.
Because simply because what do you call you know the market is much bigger there. That's why
Okay.
we started focusing on the US market. I would say yes.
You guys are planning to expand to other countries in future, or
So we are in
was it?
other countries.
Hmm.
It's not like we are stopping patients across the globe.
Hmm.
But I'm just as a company, we are focusing more on the US market. But every day we have patients from multiple countries. Like I told you, we
Okay.
have we have had patients from 190 plus countries consulting on iClinique.
Okay, got it. What about the doctors? Where do you have the highest concentration of doctors in your platform?
They're spread across the globe again. They're widely
Oh,
spread
okay.
across the globe. We have over 4,500 plus doctors on the platform. We have over uh, 200, roughly 200 in the US. You know, that's
Okay.
what we have.
It's a good number.
So yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
So now, so you start this platform as a telemedicine platform, and you grow it into a, typically a consulting platform for the doctors, where doctors can provide second opinions, right? How do you pivot from that to this?
Because I would say telemedicine is one of the easiest ways to lose money.
Hmm.
Right? They say the joke is there that the easiest way to become a millionaire is to be a billionaire and start an airline. Right? It's a joke which they tell outside. Like
Yeah.
this, telemedicine is not a business where you can be profitable at all. Most of the companies out there are struggling. That's
Mhm.
why we chose to build a different model, and we focused on these two things.
So this
So it's just
became
that
your market differentiator to.
yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. So right now, the likes of WebMD, Healthline, and all, they cater to an audience where they focus on generic content. They're doing a great job. We are
Mhm.
more focused, on patients. What do you call on what do you call on high intent patients? Right? For instance, let's say somebody says they have let's say diabetes, they might end up on what do you call WebMD, but say they talk about HbA1c levels, they will end up on iClinique. So that's how specific we are, and that's how we have done it. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So now, in the recent days, where AI is evolving fast, in your platform, I could see that you guys are implementing AI to enhance your platform. So, what are the AI specific tools that you use that helps cater your customers?
See, I think one of the things which I want to share before that is that
Mhm.
uh, you know, the way we evolve the business, right? I think that's the right way to tell it. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, uh, we were part of a program with Nasdaq in what do you call in 2019. That's where we got a major break. After almost 7 to 8 years of existence, we got our break back then, right? So we are
Oh.
part of an audience where there are super smart people.
Mhm.
That's where we found that telemedicine companies, they helped us think that way. Telemedicine companies are not making any money because they have a huge customer acquisition cost.
Mm.
Basically the go to market is where you can actually do something. In fact, focusing on the go to market is what has helped us to build multiple verticals in the business and all those things. I think the AI also you'll be able to understand if I tell this, right? That's why I'm telling this.
Mhm.
See,
Okay.
probably this is the most important part of what I'm telling this podcast. This is something which I personally built, and we follow this diligently. And I think this might resonate with the audience and you as well. See, there
Mhm.
are basically four ways of acquiring customers for any business out there, and
Okay.
I'm going to list them in the increasing order of difficulty. The first model is the easiest. Say, you know, let's say what you call A is difficult and B is more difficult, and it goes on. That's why I'm going to stack it, right? So the
Okay.
first model is ads. The second model is that what do you call people refer you or you go viral, and third
Mhm.
model is you do what do you call high quality partnerships, and fourth model is where people organically find you. So the only four ways by which you can acquire customers. Now let me go a little more deeper into each of these things. The
Mhm.
first model by which I'm talking about ads, let's say you put an ad outside JFK or you put an ad outside SFO airport or
Mhm.
JFK airport. People are going to come to whatever you're building. Let's say you're building an amazing taxi app, right?
Mhm.
And you want people to know. Anybody outside JFK, will see it and they want to book a taxi, they'll use your app. Just give an example, right? So,
Okay.
second model is where you go, people refer you or you go viral. Going viral is a function of people referring you for the good or the bad reason.
Got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, again, let me tell this about the first model. See, ads, in case the user pays a higher amount throughout the journey of being customer, or they buy high value products, ads are okay. Ads will work out. But uh, to bring somebody to iClinique, it will cost me $50 in the US, right? So
Mhm.
imagine, I spend a lot of money and they come, and the conversion into patients is in single digit percentage. Let's say 3 or 4% is ideal, but usually it's much below that. Ideally, we target 4%, but it's actually
Mhm.
much lesser than that for ads. There's no point in doing ads. And second point, going, people referring or going viral. People seldom refer people, especially in healthcare, because they always, at least in the US, what happens is they always do not want to talk about their condition, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
usually when you go viral, why I say virality is a function of people referring for the good or the bad reason. You usually when you go viral in healthcare, you go viral for the wrong reason. You don't want
Yeah.
to be there, right? So we
Yeah.
didn't focus on these two. The other two, high quality partnerships and organic. Let me give a little bit information about it. By high quality
Mhm.
partnership, the example is that let's say what do you call uh, uh, let's say you are Lyft. The way for you to, and you just started out, and way for you to scale, you go tie up with Walmart. You tell them anybody who wants to book a Walmart can get an Uber, can get not an Uber, can get a Lyft coupon, which
Mhm.
they can redeem and come to Walmart. By which your user acquisition cost will decrease. Of course, you will give discount, but your acquisition will be intact. That's why I say high quality partnership is third model. Difficult model, but amazing if you implement it well, right? And
Okay.
fourth model is the most difficult one, and amazing if you implement it well. So that is people are organically finding you, right?
Mhm.
So what Amazon has almost 60 to 70% of people finding them organically. They search them on search engines and they end up there. So the only two
Okay.
ways where we could grow the business was high quality partnership or focusing on niche content, which is what we did with our content for which we are ranking and people find us.
Mhm.
And the third model, like I told you, high quality partnership. We are, for instance, partners with Amazon pharmacy in select geographies where they use our content to engage their patients, right? For Amazon pharmacy, and then
Oh,
we're
okay.
also partners with major hospitals. One example is that we are partners with Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center from New York,
Mhm.
and we handle the second opinion program for them in a select geography, right? So that's
Okay.
what we're exclusive partners for that geography, right? So
Okay.
like that, we build these methodologies, and that's why I tell these are the only four ways to acquire customers. And the reason why we bring in AI, for me to efficiently engage my patients, with organic, I need to bring them wonderful products. And the way to get in is that since we already have amazing data, iClinique has all amazing data, all HIPAA
Hmm.
compliant data. We have created this content, wonderful content. And we also have a strong medical team. We have over 100 in-house doctors who are roles who work full time for us, right? So we
Okay.
had built wonderful, checks and balances are now, what do you call it, just driving us the traffic. So, basically, this checks and balances is now called as medical guardrails for AI. So, we started using our data and started, what do you call, there are a lot of open source LMs out there. We've taken it and we have trained it using our data and we launched these AI engines. Now, our revenue model is that, we are having patients use it and we monetize the engagement there. Apart from that, we also use these AI tools,
Hmm.
and we have pharmaceutical companies, using the tools to engage the patients on their, what do you call, social channels or their portals. That's how it is. That's why we
Okay.
use AI.
You
It is
have
not
things
without a
like
use case we use AI.
chatbots initially, so that you can color, engage with patients before connecting them to a doctor. In which format you guys use AI? Like, in tools, or in analyzing patients' requests? Mm, can you explain the particular fields in your application that you use?
See, the thing is, basically, you go to iClinique.ai, you can find the tools there.
Hmm.
We have it all there. So you go to
Okay.
iClinique test. The test tools are what we say it's for patients. Let's say, and we have it condition wise, right? For instance, let's say you have migraine. So
Hmm.
migraine, you can ask specific questions there, and it's no replacement for a doctor, right?
Hmm.
But it has been vetted. It has been built by doctors for patients. So
Hmm.
basically, they can use this to understand about their condition, is what I would say. Let's say it is, let's say consultation is at the 10th step, and reading content is on step number one.
Okay.
The webs of the world are step number one.
Hmm.
iClinic content, like I told you, is more needs is three or four.
Hmm.
Our AI tools are somewhere at seven, right?
Okay.
So a well-informed patient is what we create with these tools. So we help you understand about your condition, which
Hmm.
will help you, really well with manage your condition. And say you want to consult with your doctors, it also
Hmm.
help you a big time. So that's where we come in. So
Okay.
I,
Got
I
it.
I will
So
never
instead
say.
of, sorry for interrupting. So if I go and ask a question in WebMD, or if I ask a question normally, uh, in the old times, yeah, we will just get prefixed answers. But when you use I think we can, get a tailored answer for my situation. And even if I'm not, satisfied with that, the next step, as you said, like as a 10th step, I could go to the consulting. But it helps me. If I don't want to like go to the doctor all the way, I can it can AI can help me, right? So I think I got what you're explaining, right? Did I
Yes,
get the
sir.
point
Yes,
correct? Yeah.
yes. Yeah, it helps you to understand your conditions better. That's
Okay.
what I would say. Yeah.
So now, this way, like in your website, I could see you mentioned that it would help, address physicians shortages. Um, so how will this address the physicians shortages? Like, can it be like a replacement for a doctor? Do you
No,
foresee that in a while, or?
no. I would always, for time immemorial, I've always been telling
Mhm.
telemedicine is not an alternative for real time consultations. It's only a mitigation. And how
Okay.
well you can mitigate is where, we play a role, right? So I
Hmm.
think, that's how we launched telemedicine. With that process, we also say these AI tools we create help, patients and doctors, bridge the gap between a real time consultation and an in-person consultation and an online consultation, right? So
Okay.
now in this, what do you call, balancing act, we also make tools for doctors where we help them answer faster. See, doctors are overstressed because they're overstretched.
Mm,
The doctors are scarce across the globe. The WHO, prescription is not what do you call prescription for doctor ratio is
mhm,
not matched across the globe. So there's always a specialist shortage. So doctors that's why are overworked. In fact, AAPC data says that
mhm,
physicians here in the US are the
mhm.
most overlooked and the most stressed people here in the US is what they say, right?
Yeah,
So it is
because
our
the
duty to
doctors
create
per
tools.
million are comparatively lower here, right? So
Yeah, and
even
with all the what you call lawsuits they have to face
mm,
from patients as well, right? So they are overstressed and overworked, right? So the AI tools which we make are basically to empower and help doctors answer faster. So our duty
okay.
with AI tools is to create a better informed patient and also be help a doctor be more efficient with their time. So when you solve these two things,
Mm.
you lift the load of a doctor and you help solve things for the patients also faster. So that's what I would say is the ideal scenario out there. Yeah.
Do you guys also connect doctors with other doctors? So let's say if a doctor has a patient and he wants to ask for an opinion about certain area and reach out for a specialist, can he do that?
They can. Yeah. That's one of
Oh,
the things. Yeah. They have the option to do it.
okay, that's a good thing. Like it even even not just using AI, you can also doctors can interact with other doctors to get special opinions. That's a
Of course,
wonderful
yes.
thing. Yeah, I didn't know that you guys had it. That's why. Um, so if it's going by this phase, right? So in 2025, 2026, how much do you think AI can, you know, enhance the doctors in your platform? Like, can you specific? So there are a lot of improvements coming in AI. There are a lot of marketing and stuff going on there. Yeah, but do you personally see how the you can see the data, right? How it is answering the questions faster. So, do you see any rapid increase compared to last year and this year in the terms of improvement in answering questions?
Oh yes, every like I tell my team,
Mhm.
every day in AI is magical. You cannot miss a single day, and you're not updated for a day. You are losing the edge. Is what I tell people, right? So that's the environment we live in. It's highly competitive, and that's what is the great thing, right? So all the great minds of the world
Mhm.
are all what do you call are all in the same situation. All of them has to all of them have to face the situation, and that's what they are, right? So they are innovating.
So
So
you
it's a
guys
level
have
playing field, I
to
would say.
constantly keep training the model. So
Yes.
let's say when a new model is released, so you have to train that model with latest data and then again deploy it, right?
Yes, that's what
That's,
we do. I think
mhm,
today the Alibaba Quinn launched.
mhm.
I have to go, of course. Encourage my team to spike with it. They're building spikes on various other models. So if I
Okay.
have to tell you about this whole spiking thing and doing, that's
Mhm.
how AI was. You have to keep researching. You have to keep playing with it, and it will fall in place. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
So as a founder, how do you keep up with all these developments?
Twitter is one area which I
Mhm.
diligently use to do things. Yeah.
Okay. So you,
I try to update it there, and that's what has been helping me out.
so
Yeah.
you have to be updated with on the latest technology so that you can get an edge over your competitors. That's
Of
a
course, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
obvious business lesson, I see. So now we are embedding AI in all healthcare technologies and system, right? And how can we be sure that they are more secure and you know how do you envision that? Like, how do you see, is it going to be secure? Is it going to be in our control in the future? A in general, I'm asking.
So, see. You're talking about data security, or you're talking about AI and human security of some? What are you talking about?
Yeah, AI and human data security. I think you guys would obviously have
Yeah, of
HIPAA
course, HIPAA
compliance and
compliance. Yeah, I
everything.
think, yeah, you're talking about data given to AI. See, the thing is,
Hmm.
we have to, these days. I mean, that's why I trust the models from the West more. Uh,
Hmm.
because they have been far more transparent about the data, about the security of their tools.
Hmm.
In case you want to use a deep seek, I would say you can, don't use the. I would not use the Chinese servers. I would probably take it.
Because they have training bias. Do you think?
No, because data. I wouldn't. So far, I'm not confident about the data being there. But of course,
Hmm.
you can take the model, for instance, DeepSeek R1.
Hmm.
DeepSeek R1, right? So it is what they have. But you can probably do something like what do you call like what Arvind of Perplexity has done. They have taken an R1
Hmm.
and they have created their own model. Which is what is really interesting, right?
Yeah.
You can, they've actually, what do you call? They've actually, they're calling it as, R1 1776. 1776, right? So they're open sourcing. It's basically they have post trained the model from DeepSeek R1, and data security is all ensured, and it's
Hmm.
all hosted in the US. And several things which the uh, Chinese folks have censored, these folks have uncensored. It is available for answer for all, right?
Okay.
And a bit of American history. 1776 is crucial with American history, if you know. That's
Mhm.
when the Declaration of Independence happened. So that's why DeepSeek
Yeah.
R1 1776, the name probably got
Implies
from,
freedom, I think.
yes, right, freedom
Yeah.
from. It's a great. Arvind is a great marketing guy,
Hmm.
so he gave the right name. So yeah, so you could do something DeepSeek R1 1776, or maybe you can use DeepSeek R1 1776 to build products, right?
So if this trend goes, do you foresee that in future each companies could have their own AI model running?
Oh yeah, of course, definitely, yeah, definitely, yes, yeah.
So it
I
opens a
think
different set of opportunities, I think, because if more companies need their own AI models, you need more engineers there. Ultimately, you
you know
know,
what
yeah.
I see. You
Hmm.
don't need many engineers. You just need you know less engineers,
Hmm.
but more of problem solvers, who can think through problems far more deeper, right? I think,
Hmm.
prompt, I think the right word to use is prompt engineering, right? So
Hmm.
you need to, and prompt engineering is nothing but you articulate your problems clearly. That's why I say going forward, it is the people who are great communicators are the folks who will build great products and and they be great entrepreneurs. It's the best time ever for people with extreme clarity of thought to build companies, and they can do wonders. You can, with just a 15
Hmm.
20% company, 20% company, you can build a $1 billion business easily these days. Yeah.
Okay. So, so AI and iClinique. So, do you guys have any plans for the upcoming future? So, in an ideal situation, what do you foresee iClinic is going to do with AI in the, let's say, in next 5 years? How do you foresee that? What are the things you think might happen along with your collaboration with the AI?
I think, we want to help as many patients as possible is what I would say.
Hmm.
But the goal as a company is to be the world's most used health distance platform, right? And
Okay.
whatever it is, AI or AGI, we want to harness the power of these tools to
Hmm.
help patients lead better lives. And I foresee a world where these days you have wearables, and with the usage patterns of your mobile and your wearables, we will be able to predict a lot of things about your healthcare. So I think that's where we want to get to, and help you solve your health issues before it even before it even uh, happens. Right?
Okay, like
That's
a
where AI.
predictive measure.
Yes, that's where AI will come in, and that's where AI will help you. Yeah.
That's good. So, do you guys have any future releases coming up on iClinique? So, any
Many,
immediate futures that you're
Mhm.
planning to release?
many. Of course, we have been launching several AI tools, condition by condition.
Hmm.
So more such things are coming. I think and I would say each of these on tests we call it as I think test range of products, right, for patients,
Okay.
for multiple condition based AI tools.
Hmm.
It will be more efficient
Hmm.
in the next 5 years because we get access to powerful what do you call models, and we also are able to harness the model far more better. So yeah.
Yeah. Both features added and performance also increased. That's a good thing
Yes,
to hear.
yes, yes. And cost will also, hopefully, it will go down. Right
That's a good
now,
thing to hear.
yeah, yeah. So that's the thing, right? Cost for us to do things. Yeah.
If you have an advice for a 20-year-old, 25-year-old uh, getting into a healthcare industry, what would you give advice? Like, what would be your advice for them?
If they want to spend 10 years of their time without
Hmm.
having an outcome, but still want to create wonderful things for mankind
Hmm.
or humans out there, they should take up healthcare. Healthcare takes a really long time to mature because
Hmm.
I understand why it takes such a long time. It's all about trust and how you build it. That's why, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would say,
Do you
right?
see any specific niche that they could concentrate on? Let's say, consider myself a 25-year-old. I'm getting into healthcare, planning to get into the startup ecosystem. And do you see any part of the ecosystem where something
Of
has
course,
not been solved that you would
many
advise,
things
hey,
are not
go
being
and
solved in healthcare.
hmm
Many things are not being solved in healthcare. For instance, there
hmm
are digital diagnostics are a great area, right? So there is this PPG, they call it as photoplethysmography. I mean, so
oh,
PPG, where you just use your front camera, right?
okay,
So and you'll be able to it'll be able to predict your what you call heart rate, right?
okay.
So it is called as PPG or
Hmm.
photo plethysmography, right? So it's like this. A lot of things for you to innovate and do, right? So you can create. I know somebody who created a tool where you cough, it can predict it can predict COVID. They have done a great job, right? So like these, you can do wonderful things, right? So for instance, let's say, can you predict, uh, you know, the power of my what do you call gait, the power of my what do you call my muscles or whatever with the
Hmm.
way I hold my phone and walk.
Okay.
Can you derive those things from the gyroscope? So like
Hmm.
these, there are wonderful things which you can do. Create something which is not there, and you can have a faster growth, is what I would say. Right?
Got it.
So from now onwards, so these days onwards, because for us,
Hmm.
with the advent of the technology from 2020, we were able to go much faster because everything fall in place. Yeah.
Hmm. Got it. So you have to like find your differentiator. So and so even the fields that you have mentioned has a lot of improvements and disruptions needed. So I think people can, our viewers can,
Exactly.
our listeners
Exactly.
can
Yes.
basically get into that. Thank you
Exactly.
very much, Dhruv. These were all my questions, and I think we are well over our mark. But thank you very much for spending the time with us and you know
Of course. Of course.
attending this podcast.
Thank you, Sarath. Wish you
Thank you.
all great luck with your podcast. I'm sure you're going to do really well.
Thank
Right.
you.
All right.
In future, I would like to have a more detailed podcast on each and different
Of
topics with
course.
you.
Of course. Anytime.
So listeners, stay tuned for us for more sessions with Dhruv. Thank you.